Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Messages of Love from Above for Saturday morning or evening, wherever you're at in the world. Good to see everyone. Hope you're having an amazing weekend so far. And I'm just getting my desktop all set up here and we will get started. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. Got a great tribe, a group of people with huge hearts, great senses of humor, and some have both. Ha ha, boom. Just kidding. um, uh, the energy has been fun. And I don't know why I'm so giddy, but I'm going to enjoy it. So hope you guys enjoy it too. Um, Before we get into the readings, I do want to make sure everyone knows that we did um, put out a new announcement yesterday about I'm now offering past life readings. I know. And so here is a link to the video to tell you what's included in a past life reading, as well as they're 50% off for the remainder of 2023. So you can get a 30-minute reading for $10 or a hour reading for 25. So if you're interested in booking that, that's all there. Plus, we also I put out winners late last night for November. So here is a link to the video that tells you all about who the winners are for November. I did have six winners. And that's going to be my last monthly regular giveaways. I'm going to start just doing intermittent giveaways depending on when I'm inspired, as I say in the video. And for in this video, it also talks about how you could enter for a chance to win a 30-minute past life reading. So be sure to check those out if you haven't already. All right. So we will get jumping in here. Um, so as we know, I do start off with donations because I do honor that energy exchange. It's how I make my income and what how I'm able to offer all of these free things that I do. So a big thank you to all of my YouTube members and then also all of my donors. So Mia, you will be up first. And thank you so much for your donation. I'm going to give that some love here because it lets me. And I hope you're having a good evening. So you're on the other side of the world. And I'm going to be using this Arcanus Animal Tarot for the donation readings. And then I'm going to try something different today. I know what's going on, right? If I'm going to use the Syrian Starseed Tarot for the free readings. I'm going to do one card readings and channel what comes through with those one cards. Ooh. So you guys are going to be my guinea pigs today. All right. So Mia, let's take a look here. And you said you'd like to ask, what will the person on your mind, what will be their realizations in regards to you after your next interaction? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. For the donations, I do go deeper into those. And then also sometimes they even include an oracle card. So if you're interested in diving deeper into your reading beyond the one card reading, then you can, a donation of any kind will prioritize your reading. Plus, I'll go deeper as well. So let's take a look here, Mia. Boom. All right. This one and this one. All right. So one's kind of separate. It feels separate. All right. You are very welcome. Thank you. All right. So after your next, okay, so you got the Two of Wands. So there is going to be this energy of it could go either way. Still undetermined here. We have the Six of Cups and we also have the Eight of Cups. So, you know, their energy kind of bounces back and forth between these two. Because on one hand, with the Six of Cups energy, there is this past life connection that you guys have, and you feel it. It's down here under the subconscious. You're more aware of it than they are, but they feel it, and they kind of like go back and forth. They either are going, "What is this connection? I feel something's deep." Or then they bounce back to this Eight of Cups where they're focusing on letting go of old emotions old relationships, old things, and they're moving forward in things. So the energy that comes back and forth here, both of these are positive flowing emotion cards. So we like that. And but they go back and forth from going, what is this? I feel like I know you somewhere. I feel like there's this deep, unexplainable connection. And then it's like, whoosh, then they go into thinking about their past in this lifetime, past relationships, even family and everything else, all these emotional relationships, because there's this heart activation that's happening that's having them it's like there's emotions bubbling up from the past. It has nothing to do with you. Just kind of the interactions with you are what are it's like if you I don't know why they're showing me this, but if there's ever like plumbing in a home that's like it's been turned off, and then there's this um, you know, construction done on the pipes, and then they turn it back on, and there's like rust and stuff that pops out of the pipes and stuff. That's what's happening, because the heart is starting to pump more emotion because of your interactions, and it's bringing this up. So that is interesting. All right, and then see what else we have here. Yeah, definitely. There is a lot of thinking here. We've got this, the Knight of Swords, I'm sorry, the King of Swords here, who's the master of communication, but they also rule over all of the air here. And so they are cutting away fears. They are, looking at how they want to see things from a different perspective, because we do have the world card, which is significant endings of old cycles, beginning of new things, which really fits in with that 8 of cups too, right? And then we have the 10 of cups, which is emotional fulfillment and overflowingness here. So I do feel like there's this eventual flowing of emotion. I feel like this comes a little later, that comes in there, but we do have this realization that there's more here. Yeah, and we have the 5 of Wands. So there is this. I know lots of cups. Yeah, definitely a lot of cup. Three cups out of six. Half of them were that. But you have the 5 of Wands, which is the change of energy. Fives are the number of change, and there's this movement of energy that feels anxious and fearful, and their energy transforms into something more loving. So I do feel overall positive about this. There's this connection that they sense. The pipeline, the emotional pipelines are flowing and starting to flow more. And because of that, there's some anxiety about old emotions that are bubbling to the surface and popping out here. And so there's this energy of going, okay, they're little like, "Oh my gosh, the water's running. Do you hear that?" The pipes are, because the pressure's building up and things are being, all the rust and stuff is being shot out, of spigots everywhere. But there's this, um, you know, nervousness around, "Do you hear all that? Do you feel that?" And they're not used to that because they were used to, like, pushing down a lot of, other emotions before. So I like this. I like this, the interactions with you are, it's like, you know, clear, boop, you're, like, getting their heart flowing again, where they had kind of turned it off for a little bit, because it was painful, but it's worth turning the heart back on, because of your interaction. So I like that, Mia. So uh, good job on reactivating that heart, right? It's like what is it? The Grinch that stole Christmas, a heart that's 3 times too small, and now it's getting bigger and bigger. And they're like, "What is this?" Their heart is getting bigger. So I love it. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It brings awareness. You have all that King of Swords. So that is enlightenment. They're seeing things from a higher perspective too. So I like it. I like it. I like it. Absolutely. And thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Oh, and I want to give you a you are awesome oracle. These are cute little quick cards. They're hilarious though. So let's take a look here. See what comes through here for you. I love these. And this says, sometimes I check my surroundings and I realize friendships are closer than I thought. Having eyes on my sides does not help. I'm sorry, does not help with my peripheral awareness. So there's things are closer than they appear. And so I like that. Great card. All right. So thank you again so much, Mimia. Good to see you. And Ricky, thank you so much. I do see here a couple donations that came through here. And so you said you're going to donate three separate times for three questions. All right. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And your first question is, will you get the job at Air General? So let's take a look here. Let me just reshuffle these. Will you get the job at Air General? Okay. All right, those three, and then what's below the deck here? The overall energy underneath is the Three of Cups, which is joy, 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 joy. So that's a good sign. Let's see what the other three cards are that came out here. Okay. Okay, and okay. Yep, very good, very positive. These would be saying a yes for me because you've got the Six of Wands, which is victory, along with the Joy card. You also got the Ten of Pentacles, which is abundance and overflowingness. I'm sorry, that's Two of Pentacles. I thought it was 10. But Two of Pentacles, which is this balancedness here, and the Queen of Cups. So I like this. The Queen of Cups is she rolls over emotion. She's able to dive deep into things and intuition, gut, and I feel like you know that. The Two of Pentacles almost feels like they might offer you two packages or two positions or something like that. They'll almost give you like a choice in position, which is interesting. So they're like, you could do this or you could do this. Which would you prefer? We're hiring for both. You're a great fit for both. Or they're like, you can do this and that job and have this, or you can do this and that job and do this. And maybe there's even um, a like a difference in salary type of thing. It would be kind of like um, let's say you're trying for customer service. This is what they're showing in my head. Like, in the olden days when I was in call center life, it's like, hey, we can definitely use you in customer service, but have you ever thought of being like a sales individual? I'm like, oh, hey, I did not enjoy. I didn't like sales. Um, and so I was like, "No, no." They're like, "Well, you get bonuses, you get a sign-on, you get this." I'm like, "It's okay, customer service." They're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's that kind of thing where they'll be like, "You can have this too. Would you be interested in that?" Because it's a position that they're having trouble filling. Yeah, I know, right? You're like, so that might come up too. But the Queen of Cups does tell you, follow your heart. You know, don't give in to pressure. Follow your heart, what you want to do. So I like that for you. So very positive. So I like that for you, Ricky. So that's it for that question. And then I see your second donation. Thank you for that. And your second question here is, you and Brian, you had a disagreement early this morning about something. Are things over? Will he come back? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what is going on with Brian. What is happening with Brian? So, are things over? Will they come back? Let's see what we got here. Well, the energy on the bottom of that is you got the Magician card coming in here. So there is this action, there is this type of divine masculine energy of action. Let's see what this action is about here. Okay. Yeah, I think I don't feel like it's he walked away. I think he will think about things and come back here because we do have the 7 of Wands, which is their defensiveness. And they just I feel like they just have had a lot going on lately, not just between the 2 of you, but this disagreement is just like this culmination of a lot of stuff. Plus, we've just went into like we've been a week into the pre-shadow of the Mercury retrograde, which means communication is very difficult, right? It's challenged. And what the Sun card is, it shines bright light on here. This is a positive card. So I feel like with all this defensiveness they had, you know, he'll come back around here and in the moment when we go into fight or flight mode, when our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control, which when you say something, it echoes a pain that they had earlier in their life. And so it chose like pain and your words hurt me. It's like, no, your words reminded me of pain. And when we go into fight or flight mode, and it's 11:11 right now, and we have the justice card. Interesting, but there's this reaction that happens. We go out of our minds. When our little inner child goes into fight or flight mode, it knocks out our intelligence, our love, our compassion. Little 2-year-old with its pet hissy cat are in charge, and they'll do whatever they feel. They'll do stupid, unloving, uncompassionate things, and and when they do that, oh yeah, and so we just fly off the handle, and we'll and hiss and then run away. And so when he walked away, that's the flight in fight or flight, right? And so he'll calm down. The Sun card in the 7 of Wands is this fiery energy, and we have this coming in here with this fieriness and this cooling down. And then we also have here the Justice card and the 4 of Wands. So this is peace of mind when they come back into their mind. The Justice card here um has this seeing things from a higher perspective and balancing out the fears that come in here. Timing, um I just feel like the energy of this is they kind of feel like a frying pan. I feel like they heat up fast and they cool off fast. You are more of a you have more of like a um what is it, like a slow cooker, right? It takes time for you to heat up and takes you time to cool off too. But for them, I feel like it's all frying pan, heat up, and so I feel like they'll think about things today and those things too. Oh yeah, yeah, and I feel like it's gonna be a couple days. They're just need today and maybe tomorrow afternoon. They'll be like, and especially if I mean, if you really wanna be with them and you wanna interact with them, then you can, um, help, it sooner if um, and I know sometimes it's like, "Well, I don't wanna apologize." Just, I'm sorry my words hurt you. Um, it's, definitely wasn't my intention. I care about you. That helps, things come back and when you realize that, if you yeah, but but you are sorry that it hurt them. I'm sorry that my words hurt you, right? Because you're not sorry that you said it. You're just sorry that your words hurt them because you didn't wanna hurt them, you wanted to open up truth, right? And, if even and you can't control how people will receive things. You could go above and beyond to try to speak in love and do things like that. So, but well, it's, you're see what I'm saying is that you are sorry that it hurt them. You wish that they would have just received it and been open to communication, right? Oh, well, maybe this weekend here, it's good for you to kind of reflect and go, "Why is it annoying you?" Because like, your words didn't hurt them. Your words just were, and their choice was to be hurt by your words, right? But that's also a mirror, right? They aren't annoying, they just are. But why are you being annoyed? That comes from inside you. And so where's this impatience? What fear is around this? Because that's really what's at the root of it, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. Thanks for letting me know that. They've just updated some stuff. Maybe I just need to turn them off for lives. Um, because it really I don't get a ton of funds from those anyway. But sorry about that. But yeah, definitely I feel like they will reach out, probably tomorrow afternoon after they cool off a bit. But if you reach out, it could be sooner. But you can use this time too, because they're using this time to reflect. It's good for you to also look at this and see what you know, where's this annoyance coming from? Because people are not annoying. Our thoughts about people are annoying. And so that'll be what, happens inside. So that's what they have for there for you. So I don't feel it's over. I just feel like, um, unless you end it, unless you're like, "I've had enough," but I feel like they will reach out, but they're gonna be looking at trying to reconcile about their emotions, and if they're not in a place where they understand that their emotional choices are theirs, telling people that definitely doesn't open up communication. It's like I learned a lot being customer service rep, right? Where if you tell someone, like if a customer comes in and says, you know, why did I get this cancel notice? And I was like, well, um, I see what happened. You're uh when we sent out the cancel notice the next day, your check was in the mail. So your payment, because you mailed it, they just passed in there. If I had said, well, if you pay your bills on time, you wouldn't get those notices. Escalation, right? So there's a different way we can approach things as well. Oh, oh. Well, it's good. Every relationship is a mirror for us. And so when um, when they, when people do things, we have triggers inside of us, and so these triggers are us. And with what you've said here, it gets frustrating when we try to make people when we feel like their emotions are our responsibility. So if they're like complaining all the time about, oh, I wish they were with me, blah 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 blah, we can. It's a great kind of classroom to be able to go and to sit and be and not feel like I have to fix them. That was a big thing for me. I felt I had a hero complex earlier in life. I got to save the world, and I needed to save everyone. But then you realize everyone has their classroom that they're learning. And one of the big things that it hit me, and I feel like this is for more than just you and me because they're going in very deep here. But I'm Aquarius and I have a stellium in Pisces. So I get your guys the frustration with myself. um yeah, right. Oh, well, that explains a lot. Oh no. But wow, that's interesting. But what I had like all these friends that were going through what I felt were like crazy, crazy things in their life, and I was like, "Oh my gosh," I go, "I just need to fix it. They all these people, I need to help them not have these things," and then it's like the creator took me off into this daydream in my head, in my our third eye area, the little movie screen, and I was walking down an elementary school hallway, and I was looking in all the doors, and all the students were had scowls on their face, they were struggling, and every classroom I went to, all the students were just having such a hard time. And then I so I busted in one of the doors, and I told the teacher and the kids, "Follow me." And I went to each classroom, and they all just followed me down to the auditorium, and all the students sat in the chairs and the teachers lined the outside. And I said, "Those classrooms are too hard. We're just going to sit here in the auditorium where it's easier." And that lasted for a moment. I was up on the stage, and a little girl in the front row raised her hand and said, "Well, if we're not gonna study, can I just go home?" And I'm like, "Oh, duh, we're here to learn and to grow." I'm like, "Everybody back to your classrooms." And that was a big aha, that I don't have to try to fix what everyone's going through, because they're down here on purpose. And so when you realize your friend is going through their classroom, you don't have to fix them. But your interaction is allowing you to see what you want to see about yourself, and going, "Oh, okay, so where's my annoyance inside? Why is this coming up? What am I fearing?" And we are taught everyone else's emotions are our responsibility, right? We're kind of usually our parents, "You made me mad. You're making daddy upset. You're making mommy sad," or whatever. We're like, "Oh, we're taught I impact other people, so it's my fault when other people aren't acting the way, happy. It's my fault, right? Fault, 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 blame, blame, blame." But when you release yourself from it and go, "You know what? I can only control my own emotions, my own stories, my emotions, my energy, my actions. Everyone does theirs." This big weight is lifted off of your shoulder, and they're released from your prison too, because you're trying to control their lives. And you're like, they can do what they want, and I can just be me, and I can just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry you're going through that. What are you going to do about that?" And when you don't feel responsibility for it, you can just listen to the drama, you can listen to the story, and then you know go about your business, and you can enjoy their friendship too. So, all right, but that's what they have for you, Ricky. So hopefully that helps. And again, thank you for your second donation. I see a third one coming in, but I do have a couple more in between. So we'll be to you here momentarily. And let me scroll back up here. I lost my place. There we go. Hey, all right. So Supernova, you are up next. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Your first one here. I see it. There's another one. So thank you for that. And you want messages from your angels or guardian angels. All right. Let's take a look here and see what your angels and guardian angels have for you here. All right. So those four. All right. So the overall energy on the bottom of the deck, you have the 2 of cups. So below the surface here, there is this is about important relationships. We'll see what comes in here more with because this could be your relationship with your higher self. It could be romantic, it can be a best friend, it could be family, whatever. So it is about important relationships. So the relationship theme that's going on here. And let's see what we have here. Wow. Okay. So you have the Eight of Pentacles starting off with this Marmaduke dog. And then you have also the Eight of Cups. So two flowing energies. You are, regarding relationships, I feel like you're not necessarily working on them, but you are putting effort into realizing what of your own relationships no longer serve, like those that are holding back, those that are, um, no longer serve, those that you put a lot of effort in to, and you don't get a whole lot of effort back from people. And so you're evaluating, your emotional energies. And there is this movement. The Eight of Pentacles does show this energy of, like a caterpillar going into a cocoon, and all the other caterpillars were like, hey, let's all go into cocoons, become butterflies, and we're going to fly and go do stuff, right? And then you get into your cocoon and you're transforming and you come out a butterfly, and everyone else is still a caterpillar, and you're like, what's up? you know what happened here? uh why are you guys still caterpillars? And I'm like, well, we thought about it and we saw some leaves and we started eating them, and we're like, it looks like so much work that you're doing. We didn't feel like, it's not the time for us. And you're like, well, there's a problem here. I can't go back into the cocoon and reverse the process, and I'm not going to walk around next to you, as a butterfly with all the caterpillars, because I got these huge wings. I got wings to fly now. And so I've got to do butterfly things now. And so it's about leaving behind the caterpillars and going to do butterfly things, which you do. You have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is about new opportunities, new things opening up in the outside world. And so there is this that you may need to leave, you know, uh, people behind, relationships behind, that no longer serve. And it's okay. It's like giving you permission, guilt free. You don't have to even, have like like a, uh, termination notice to them. We're no longer friends or family or whatever. You just start backing off of the energy you're putting into it. And if they initiate energy to make it more 50-50 instead of 80-20 all the time, you can decide that. But I feel like which ones are ready. You're like, yeah, I already have the list made. And you have the Seven of Swords, which is you realizing which of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets here with relationships had deceived you, and you had mirrors of deception, which is what happens. If I have thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are deceiving me and cheating me and stealing from me, I'm going to have that eventually reflected back to me. If I don't discover it in ourselves, and humans seldom do have self discovery on our own until we have mirrors reflecting back to us in the outside world, because we don't even realize a whole lot that we have this whole mechanism of subconscious and conscious and all this, until we have these mirrors all over the place pointing us back, and we're like, why am I seeing all this? It's like, oh, this is going on in here. And so these relationships that you had that were deceptive, that stole things, this is all showing you, for you, not to you, but for you to release those things. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, is that, you have your relationship with your posse all the time. So your guardian angels and angels are, of course, always saying, um, you know, having that. So they're always with you. You're never ever alone. So you always have a support, for your entire life there. So so I like that. For you. I know that's nice. You're like, "That's nice." Yeah, it's great, it's freedom, and just because, and if it's like family, it doesn't mean that, you know that you have to be with them all your life or have a lot of interaction with them either. You get to create your family, you get to create your tribe. So I like that. So thank you so much. That's what they have for that one. And Daisy, you are up next. Hello, hello. Let me give your donation some love there, some college dollars. You crack me up. Hello, hello, hello. So you still have finals going on. Okay. So you're almost done. Yay. So will your income increase in the next month or so? Let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know? Is your income going to increase? I feel like you might get some sort of Christmas bonus or something, or at least a gift card. Do you consider that an increase? Your guides are funny. All right. All right. Well, you got the Nine of Pentacles. So this is about abundance coming in. So I do feel like there's going to be, um, communication here because you have the Knight of Swords, which is rolls over communication. So you do have new communication coming in about money and abundance. So we like that. You do have this full card coming in, and the full card, of course, is the first card in the major arcana. So this is a new adventure, maybe a new opportunity that opens up, and maybe they give you notification of like, hey, we can move you into this position. It's a little more money, but it's over in that building, kind of thing or something. But I feel like it comes in there. You have the Hanged Man, which is about transformation, seeing things from a different perspective. And with this action cards here, this means that something's been on hold for a while, but something's about to flow through here. But I definitely feel like there is, with all of this, there is communication of new funds coming in, because that Nine of Pentacles is about some financial independence, which so that's some extra stuff coming in. Yeah, and on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Swords, which is balancing your heart and your mind, as well as the Ace of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like there is this new opportunity that is coming in, that's going to be offered to you, where you can make some more coin. So I like that. Plus, that $10 Starbucks gift card they're going to give you for Christmas. I know, right? Yay! So that is what they have for you there. Wow. Ricky, so they just texted you. Boom, frying pan, heat up, cool off. That's great. Well, I'm glad. You didn't even have to apologize. That's great. All right. So very good. I love that for you, Ricky. You're like, I don't know. I'm still irritated with them. All right. So that's what they have, Daisy. So I do feel like it. Be open minded, balance in your heart and your mind with this new opportunity. Is it's like, you know, what do I want to do? How do I want to do this? So I like it. Right, and good luck. Sending you great blessings for your finals. As always, remember, breathe, no stress, and you're able to access your brilliant mind. So we all send you great love and great wishes for your finals. All right. So many blessings. Again, thank you so much for your donation. And then Supernova, here's your second donation. Let me give that some love. Let me see here. Okay, so it'll be Supernova and then Dune, and then we'll have Ricky, your um, third question. So that's kind of where we're going here for the next few, just to give everyone an idea. So Supernova, your second question here. Oh, there you go. How will your creative endeavors move forward? You haven't been doing much creative activities lately, music, so I'm wondering. Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about your creative endeavors? Oh, none of those. All right, so you got 2 cards and 4 cards. Well, I like this here, and we definitely see this. We've got the 3 of Wands, which is about changing directions, but you got the 8 of Wands. It's like they're saying you have to change directions and put more energy, because whatever energy you put in is what grows and expands. And so, um, like the universe doesn't force you to go down any pathways. We have a minimum experience that we'll have here. But if we want different things, whatever we point our energy is what grows and expands. And I feel like there is this change of fire, this change of where you're investing your energy that comes in here. I feel like that does have a lot to do with, clearing away we were talking about relationships where you're investing your emotions in relationships. I feel like as you draw back this energy to yourself, that's what allows you to take a different direction, and where you get this flood of energy and excitement and passion. I also feel that, just getting out a little bit to connect with musical people, right? Finding that tribe. I feel like they've been pushing on that for a while, right? It's like you got to get out there. You don't have to get it. You don't There's never any gotta, but they're like, if you could go out and find a musical community and go jam with people, because the more you're around musical people, the more your passion grows and the more that moves forward, right? Let's take a look here and see what these other things are here. Yeah. Yep. And it is about movement here. um, You don't know where to start up with that. Well, let me read these here first. Because you've got the Six of Swords, which is movement of thought, leaving fears behind, moving forward. And again, this is challenging the status quo, challenging the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have kept you restricted and, um, behind. And they're showing me in my head now, like a coffee shop. And when you go to a coffee shop, especially not like Starbucks and that, but going to like a local coffee shop, a lot of times they'll have a board with stuff on it, and sometimes they'll have live music. Sometimes they'll have, performers and different things in your community. Even if you look in the newspaper under activities and stuff, there's a lot of people that will be doing, um, a little singing here one night, a little something here that night. Here. Oh, yeah. So, going to, a local, area will allow you to, see the ads and different things, and you're just like, "Oh, okay." So, they do have this, coffee shop where they have live music. And if you even just look in your community where live music is played, there you go. You're like, I'm gonna go sit and and then afterwards I'm gonna go up and talk to the artist, or while they're on break, and just go, "Oh my gosh, how did you get into this?" And da 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 da. And I love how you're expressing your gift. And you can encourage them, but then you can also pick their brain. And then ask them too, is there any like kind of thing like where musicians get together here or something, and they're like, yeah, da 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 da, or yeah, I have a bunch of friends we get together, if you want to hang out, let us know. It could be something as easy as that, because you do have this rebirth that's coming here. The rebirth of your dreams. The Nine of Cups is like one of the wish fulfillment cards. So you've got this, it's kind of like the death and rebirth of your dream, this passion reignited here. So I feel like it's important for you to step forward, because spirit is like, it's like a grandpa that takes their grandchild to the park to play, and the grandchild just wants to sit next to grandpa because they don't want to go out there and play with those other scary kids yet. The grandpa doesn't care. He's like, yeah, just sit here. You can sit here with me for a while. No problem. They're not gonna go, "No, shove you out and go play with those kids." He's not a grumpy old grandpa. He's a very loving and compassionate. He goes, "Yeah, here, have a sucker. Here's an ice cream we can have while we wait. And we're just gonna enjoy, just take it all in." They're not gonna push you and rush you, because every experience is perfect. But if you want your creative gift to flow, then they're like, then you just have to take a step out and reach out to one little kid on the playground. And they're like, yeah, come play in the sandbox. And then you have a friend, and then you meet more. And then pretty soon you're, you know, playing guitar in front of all these little kids. But that's what they have for you right now, Supernova. So I like it. Your guides are so funny. All right. So continue down the donations here. And thank you guys so much for all your patience as I do move through the donations. And those of you that have free readings, I will get to you eventually. If not in this session, if I have enough where I don't get through a ton, I always come back on later in the afternoon and finish out free readings too. So it just will be several hours from now. All right. So, Dune, hey, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love. And you want to know, what does Spirit want you to know about your future wife? All right. Let's take a look here and see, what does the Creator want you to know about your future wife? All right. What else here? All right. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. All right, makes sense. So could be a fire sign here, or very fiery personality for sure, because she definitely has this energy here of, you know, like takes her own stand. It's kind of like Emperor energy, which is Aries, which is a go-getter, beautiful. Fire signs usually have this energy that just attracts people. They're usually attractive, but their energy is very attractive because they're bubbly, they're go-getting, they're always excitement. There's like this childlikeness to them, not childishness. There's a difference. Like childlike is, they look at the world with wonder and excitement, and they want a journey and adventure, and maybe they like to travel and see, learn new things. It's like the world is a wonder and they're in awe of the world. The King of Wands, though, is someone that's very knows how to put things in directions, and puts their energy in a direction and accomplishes things. um, so I like that here with them too. They also the star card shows us it's like this wish come true kind of energy they have, where you're like, wow, they check off a lot of boxes that you have. Though they also encourage you, with this Aquarian star energy, to look at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are deceiving you. And so, like, they're saying they check off a lot of boxes in your mind and what your human side wants, but they also have you remove some um, because of who they are. It's not in like an aggressive way, but it's in a loving way where they're like, why do you even want that in someone? And you're just like, well, good question. They get you to think, right? And I like that. Because the Aquarian energy is, the old ways don't, were good for the old times, but not for where you are now. And you might have some safety fences in place, and they kind of just go up to your safety fences and go, look how wobbly this is. Do you really need this anymore? It's like having child gates on your stairs. Do you have children here anymore? No. Then you think we can remove these? And you're like, you make a good point. Let's remove that. And so I like that, that personality there with them. Um, Anything but, nothing else about that. And then we've got the high priestess here. So they're very in tune, very, aware of themselves. They very, like I said, very intuitive, very emotionally aware as well. They are able to really sense things, and it might, kind of spirituality, empathic, where they can sense your emotions, understand what's going on with you, and they will even uh change that for you, right? So I like that. And the Four of Pentacles is like this emotion of home, and so I like this too. Your inner child feels safe and around them too. It's this feeling of home. It just feels very, like I said, feels very, very safe. And I like that. So that's why I don't feel like they're abrasive and stuff. I just feel like they are very nurturing, to where, when they challenge you on things, it doesn't feel like a challenge. It just feels like an inquiry. So that's interesting that you, like they would say, that's interesting that you still have child, baby gates on your stairs. Do you have babies or grandchildren or whatever? And they're like, no. Like, oh, do you need help taking those down? And you're like, yeah, that'd be great. Let's do that right now. And you're like, okay, I have a screwdriver, and it's like, wow, boom. And you're like, I love this. Look how flowing this is. So I love that for you. Um, where will you meet here? I almost feel like there's this home with the Four of Pentacles, too. It felt like home, whatever you consider home. I feel like you might meet him there. Because it just feels very comfortable. It feels very familiar. Let's see, higher educated. The 9 of Wands comes in here, and I don't feel like they're formally highly educated, but they're very intelligent, because I feel like the 9 of Wands is they felt like education would be a barrier for 'em. They wanted to learn a lot of things, which is very Aquarian rebel energy too. They're like, they don't wanna do things the regular way, but just because they don't have the higher education, they are like, they've read books and they watch YouTube video, it's that kind of thing where they're very intelligent and they know a lot because they read a lot, they inquire a lot. It's just not formal, education, right? Smart. Yeah, yeah. So that's what they have for you, dude. I like her. I like her. Um, again, that fiery, yeah, that 9 of Wands with, especially with that King of Wands they had, it's like it's almost like high school and all that boredom to like, they're like, "Oh god, I don't know if I could sit in class." It was like, you know, the little kid that who couldn't stay still, and they were just like, "Oh no, I don't want to, sit in class for anymore." Yeah, yeah, they're like, "Phew." They were like, "I wanna learn, I wanna learn, I wanna learn." Well, I wanna learn what I wanna learn, I don't wanna be told what I have to learn. So that rebelness, that's there too. So I like it, right? Street smart, yeah, very wise in their ways, so I like it. Alright, June, you are very welcome. Thank you so much again for your donation, and then let me just take a look here. Alright. So, Ricky, you were up next for your 3rd question here. Let me see here. Sorry, my coffee was making a noise. Okay. Sound like it was gonna explode because I had the lid closed. You know, so you said last question, but I think that's your 3rd question, right? So, oh, you're so sweet on giving everyone a chance to get in there between there, so you are very welcome. So you wanna know, so he tells me, he likes you more, and you knowing he just trying to use you to get over your over rejection. So your question is, what are his actual feelings towards you? Right? You told him you just want to be friends. He explains he actually loves you and tells it's back because you love him as a friend, and he tells me why he loves me because I'm too real. Yeah, and he tells me he don't want to change it, but in an argument he tells me I'm rude. I just don't understand. Oh yeah, Aqua Moon. Cancer, you Pisces moon, Aqua. Oh, yeah. So how fun. So he's an Aquarius with a Cancer moon, and you're Pisces with an Aquarian moon. So that is a great combo there. Because you guys get each other, your world. So there is this connection you have when he's not being a putz, right? Yeah, so I see this one, and then you have another one after that, right? Because I think we answered the first 2. Yeah, alright. Alright, so, let's see, what are their true feelings and energies towards you? Alright, let's take a look here. So these 3 came out. Yeah. So we like this here, and, we've got so let me do it in the order they came out here because 'cause you've got the Page of Swords. So one of the things one of the feelings, they have mental, so this is the thoughts they have about you. We have 4 other cards will probably be the emotions, because this is like the thoughts. The thoughts they have, you challenge them, with this, Ace of Swords here. You bring them new ways of looking at things. The Knight of Wands is that there's this here's the fiery sparkiness that comes in, because when you challenge their thoughts and beliefs, you the Hierophant is about this invitation of their higher selves, almost like a teacher in a way with them, because when you're teaching them higher ways and different ways and seeing things from a different perspective, what happens, our inner child loves everything to stay the same. It likes consistency. It feels safe when everything stays exactly as it is, right? It's like our inner child would be like, keep everything the same and the same habits and the same rut, everything for the rest of my life. That doesn't happen in this realm, right? Because things are constantly changing. So when things start to be challenged, when the rumble happens where our thoughts and beliefs and belief systems are shaken, the little inner child freaks out and goes, the sky's falling, the world's going to blow up, the world is ending, and then it goes into fight or flight, and that's where this Knight of Wands. um, so it's like you can tell him a little, you can like feed him a little bit, but when you try to feed him the whole sandwich, it freaks him out, right? And that's what happens here with this. So you know, they appreciate what you they like, we'll say this a different way. They do appreciate what you try to share with them, post reflection. Like what just happened, right? You will share something with them, they will explode, they'll go away, the little inner child pouts, and once they calm down and they return back to their intelligent mind, because when they fight or flight, we throw out our intelligent, compassionate, loving side, like we talked about. So, and a little 2-year-old and the hissing cat are in charge, and all they're going to do is do crazy, unintelligent, unloving, uncompassionate things to feel in control and safe again, which is attacking and running away. And then when the cat, like when the human calms down, and it allows us to have higher, um, our higher intelligence and compassion and love back, then we're like, okay, I see what you're saying. It makes sense. I can see it now. Can't see it. It's like when you're drowning, you don't think clearly. You're just grabbing on to everything and fighting, hitting people upside their heads, dragging them underwater with you, and then they get you back to shore. And after you calm down, you're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I tried to drown you." you know? So I like this for them because I feel like they want you to know that they do feel as you as someone that they've learned a lot from. Yeah. And then emotions here. And then emotionally here, we've got the 5 of Cups here. And like you were saying, this is, they have this focus where they focus in on their past pain a lot. And so, they don't see the 2 of Cups. They don't see what could be between the 2 of you because they're so focused on their past emotions here, right? And so emotionally, like subconsciously, they know this is here, but they're so used to focusing on their drama and their emotions. And it makes sense here with because you said um their moon, right? Um yeah, their moon in Cancer. So they're ruled by emotion. Their moon, the Cancer is ruled by the moon. And so this is so much emotion. And they've had so much throughout their life that they haven't learned to put up like a, a like a bubble to keep everyone else's emotions from overcoming and, taking on everyone else's emotions. So they're, especially in this day and age, there's so much drama going on in the world that they're picking up on like the world's emotions. So, cut them a little bit of slack and all of that, that they are drawn into so much emotional waves all the time, especially around a water moon, around a full moon, very much affected by it. And you'll probably see them act extreme around full moons, 2 or 3 days before, definitely, if not more. It's almost like Cancer moon signs are constantly impacted by the moon. I know Pisces moon. I have a Pisces moon and like 4 other planets in Pisces, so I feel very much moon energy, like the new moon energy when it's coming down, the full moon energy comes, and then the new moon, full moon. I feel like I'm constantly impacted by the moon, and it can almost drive you batty, you know? So, like I said, cut them a little slack there. But their emotions, they are there, and they do have, they've the 2 of Cups feels like they feel like it's an important relationship, but I agree with you that I feel like they're caught up in old emotions because they're using those to define them. And they do feel you like here you are this queen of wands. You are very intuitive. You're very connected to spirit. They see you that way and they understand that. They're like, how do you know this stuff? Well, they're a tarot reader, so they understand and they they're like, wow, you're very intuitive. They pick up on your connection with spirit here. And then here's where you're talking about the endings and new beginnings that they're going through. I like that here soon. They will be here. They're finding this independence here. I like that you're saying, let's just stay friends because you don't want to be the rebound. You want them to complete this cycle. You want them to be able to do this. You want them to be independent and standing on their own. And so I like this. I feel like, emotionally, they need to feel this different emotion and I do feel like you get it that that they're feeling empty and they're trying to fill themselves from the outside, and because they're um you feel very safe. You feel um I mean it's obvious to them that you care. They pick up on that. They're intuitive too, so they pick up on that you are care. You're nurturing and they love that about you. But I just feel like they're working on their self-love too, and they need to open up their self-love more to be able to give and receive love in the outside world to humans, because we can't love others more than the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. And so, their pipeline's very small, so they can't put out a whole lot or receive a whole lot, until they, continue to expand their self-love, and that's what, this is doing. So I like your approach. I like the friends and no expectations of relationship and that. You're just like, "You know what? I'm gonna, be here, but I'm not going to be that for you right now because you gotta work on you." It's time for you to, expand your self-love and your self-worth, and then that'll open us up, for that. So, I like that for you. All right. So that's what they have for that one for you, Ricky. Thank you so much for that donation. Yeah, I see. So it's a total of 4. Thank you for keeping me on track. All right. Let's see, because that one came in. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and actually yours is your second donation came in right there too. So we'll have your final question and then VD and then actually nope, sorry. Uh Majestic Love, you will be next and then VD and then the other 2 for Nova. Just to let everyone know kind of how it's going with time wise here. All right. All right. And let me just scroll up here. Okay, there it is. Sorry, just scrolling up here. Okay, so here it is. So, actual last question. You're so funny. um, oh, and then you were saying here in an argument, he tells you that you're rude, you just don't understand him. And so I think we covered that of why when, because a little inner child says stupid stuff that isn't true, right? So when you get in an argument means they're in fear. And when they're in fear, you're interacting with a 2-year-old and their pet cat. So just remember that when you're like, every moment is either of fear or unconditional love. And if someone is not speaking with intelligently with unconditional love and compassion and that energy, then we know it's fear based and it's, oh, I'm speaking to a 2-year-old. So in your mind, just go, okay, boo 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 boo. But don't do that to them. That'll just piss them off. All right. Do that in your mind. All right. So your actual last question, will you get approved for unemployment? Hey, you really oh, yeah. And you know how like when a 2-year-old is upset and you make fun of them and they get even madder, that just tells you how like, okay, I'm gonna adjust how I, interact with them when they're in their 2-year-old mind, because now that I realize it, I'm like, "Oh, I can see how it just," trying to talk sense to a 2-year-old, it's like you gotta get them laughing, you gotta get them out of their you gotta distract them and get them out of their, the 2-year-old out of their little mood by "Boo boo 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 boo. Wa-da-da-da-da-da. Want some ice cream? Yeah," and then suddenly they're out of that mood, and then that's when the adult comes back too. Alright, so let's take a look here, and we were talking about unemployment. Alright, 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 alright. Alright, we do have a lot of movement here, I like this. The first card that came out, you do have the High Priestess. So you have a little bit of time of stepping back, connecting upward. You're given this time here on purpose to do some great self reflection. And then, so a little bit of time um, of just learning and growth through the not knowingness of it. And then, boom, you have the Three of Cups again, joy, joy. You have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Wands. It comes very quickly, and but the purpose of the kind of the pause is to allow you this flow of fears that come up, right? Our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped. So the little pause period before things start moving very quickly in your favor is this High Priestess time to question any fears, any triggers that come up around money and finance and the supposed to and should and need to, like, well, it's supposed to happen faster than this. All right, letting go of the flow, realizing it's, creator that supplies what we need in each moment. It's not mankind that supplies what we need, but they are the uh, shipping company that could bring things to us, right? And so, yeah, come quickly. It has to do here with how much time you take in looking at your fears, because the pause is specifically for you to look at these fears. And so, how quickly it can come depends on how fast you or how much energy and time you put into looking at the core beliefs around abundance and money and what are these fears I have around it? What's at the root of it? And then the switching of gratitude, this whole learning of doing that. If you have time to read this book, this is what we're reading in our praying mantis sessions right now, which is this Tapping into Wealth by Margaret Lynch, which, tapping is doing the tapping, and it allows you to speak to your inner child and release this information, release these old belief systems that are down in there that we've carried for a long time. And I feel like this pause period is allowing you this time for this reflection, just like this argument happened. So you could reach out and discover a lot more about why they do what they do and your perspectives. Same thing with this, you know, um, high priestess period is to look at it. So ranges, I mean, it can be um, a week, the soonest you could hear back is like a week or like 3 months. So the range they're giving me is like a huge one. And it depends on how much energy you put into it, which you're like, when you put your mind to something, you're like, all right, biatches, get out of the way. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Right. Yeah. And so I like this for you because I just feel like you put your mind to it. You always take everything and run with it when it's something you want to do. If it's something that's forced upon you, you throw it back and bunk. It's like someone throws you here's the baton, run with it. And you're like, throw it back, bunk. But you're like, I want to have that baton and run with it. Then you sprint and you set new records, right? So I like it. So very positive for you. And that's what they have for you, Ricky. So thank you again for all your multiple donations and your great questions. I love your energy. All right. You are very welcome. Thank you. All right. So Majestic Love. I have your donation over here next. And let me see here. If you haven't popped your question, yes, I'll marry you. No, I'm just kidding. That sounded funny. Pop in the question. So Majestic Love. Let me just scroll up here. See, there's a lot of chat here. So let me just see. I'm just going to see if I see it. But if not, pop it down below. And scroll, 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 scroll. I don't think, yeah. So I don't see a question. Oh, no, there it is. I see it now. Sometimes it takes twice. So thank you so much for your donation. And okay, thank you. So Robert's current feelings and possible actions. Let's take a look here. Robert's current feelings and possible actions. All right, current feelings. Current feelings. I go, why just one card? Well, that kind of sums it up. Oh, so they definitely have these emotions. They definitely feel and it's an important relationship for sure. Um, thank you, thank you. I was almost about to ask you, but you're like, but luckily, Spirit was like, zip. So they definitely have all these emotions, and it's important relationship. And then we'll take a look here and see. And what are possible next actions? And what else they want you to know here? Okay. Those two. All right. The energy on the bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. And then also the Queen of Swords. Or not Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups. I saw swords down here. But this is about fast movement coming in here, expressing their emotion. So I do feel like it's going to happen out of nowhere and suddenly too. Maybe they get caught up with the Christmas spirit. But let's take a look here and see what is happening here and what. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then what are these two? All right, I like it. So definitely, we've got this. The World card coming in here, which is ending of old cycles and beginning of new things. The Hierophant, I feel like, two major arcana here in the 5 of Wands is this transformation of what conflict that they've had before. And it's the 5 of Wands is this transformation from what feels like conflict to love, right? And this Hierophant is this invitation from their higher self to go, what is it that I truly want in my life? And who do I want? What do I want? And I feel like there's something that really has triggered this to make them like significant endings and beginnings in their life, where they're just realizing, I don't know. It reminds me of a time when my brother, before he got married, he wasn't he was with his current wife, which was his girlfriend, and he was um, starting to look and see if there was anybody else he wanted to be with and everything. And I just had a heart to heart with my brother, and I feel like this is what spirit did to him. It was like, look at who you have. Look at what they this, and this, and why are you even looking anywhere else? You've got, do you love her? And you're like, I do. But and of course this was, you know, his early 20s. And it's like, dude, you know, and then they got married. And it was like, I feel like that's the voice of reason that comes in for you know, for them, that they're just really getting some great truths that have been coming to them lately, either through really people saying things, them I think it's mainly them seeing things and experiencing things has really triggered a lot of, wow, what am I waiting for? What am I doing? What's the matter with me? Kind of energy, because I love this too, because we've got the Hanged Man here, which is about transformation, the waiting, the patience. Oh my God, it's one of the patience, things are going to come. And then, but the Ace of Wands with this tells me it's the wait is over. They're bursting out of the cocoon, and then there's going to be this movement here. So I feel like they're going to be expressing their heart to you, and I just feel like they're realizing who you are and who they are and what they want. And I just feel like they've been experiencing, maybe they've gone to a wedding and they've gone to, partying with friends, and so they see things, you know, clearly, right? They're just like what they want and what they don't want, what they're bored with, and that's not fulfilling. And they're just like they're seeing, wow, a lot of clarity coming in. So I like that. It's beautiful here. So that's what they have for you, majestic love. So I feel like it's going to be, I mean, I feel like it's this month that they do this, because I feel like they're just in this place of, I don't know, love. Love, 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 love in so many ways. Love of self, love of family, and love of friends, and love of lovers. And I just feel like they're just big ahas that are coming for them. So you are very welcome. I love that for you. All right. All right. Oh, okay. Just want to make sure I didn't get any other donations through there. That was just an email, those junk emails that people pretend they're PayPal or whatever. Your account has been limited. It's like, what? I'm like, oh, fun people, fun people. All right. So that is what they have for you. Many blessings to you. And then we are to Vidi Jalan. Hello, hello, hello. And thank you for your donation. Let me give that some love there. And let's see, here is your question down below or up above. I thought I saw it down below, but there it is. Yes. Thank you so much. So you're doing a job right now, but you'll be changing it soon once you have your stuff ready. You really want to work with them. Will you be able to get that and any advice? All right. All right. So let me just do this one. Take a quick sip here. Right. So, will you get a job with them here? All right. And what else do they want you to know here? Okay. Wow. Four major arcana after this card. So, you're not gonna want when you get your stuff together, you get your stuff ready, you're not gonna want a job there. You have this Page of Swords here, which is about new thoughts, new beliefs, new ideas, and, you're gonna see things differently, and I like this for you. Let me show you here. So, you've got the Judgment card, which is double endings and double new beginnings, but it's your higher self calling you to this new place. It's like you're having this aha in your life of like, this is what I want to do. This, like this job that you're like, well, I'd like to be with them and that, but it's like, I feel like it's of the mind. It's not of the heart. And the Judgment card is like your high heart drawing you and having you become aware of what you really want in life and what you really want to do, because you also have the Tower card here, which is the removal of things, and you're realizing that things are moved out of your way on purpose for a purpose normally, but I feel like you are the one that's burning down things because of this awareness that's coming to you, you're removing things out of your life to make space for what is in alignment with your higher self and your higher heart, and to clear the path for you to go forward here. So this is not the Tower happening for you on your behalf. This is you burning things down. Not literally, that's against the law. This is metaphorically. Because here's the Star card. Dreams come true, wishing upon a star. You're discovering here this awareness of what is your dream come true. What is it that if you were walking along a beach and you found a little genie lamp and it was a little mini genie that gave you one wish, and it's like, what would you want for your life? What would you want to do with your life? And it's like, why do you feel you can't do that? Because if it's your dream, you will find a way. You will burn down the barriers that stand in between you and living that dream. And I like that for you because you definitely are with the Star card here. This is your higher self. This is, like it says, this dream, and it's Aquarian energy, which is doing things like the old ways don't fit in for your new life. The old ways of doing things, the old rules, they don't apply because where you're headed is new territory. And you're like, no, I'm letting all this go. Literally, the Tower, four major arcana. This is a huge transformational time for you here. But I feel like this is a whole new change for you because you also have the Hermit card, which in the Hermit card, inside of this lantern is the star. Usually it's a giant star that's showing there. And it is. This is you turning inward, the hermit inward and upward, allowing spirit and your higher self to guide you on your path, letting your dream be your lantern to guide your path and to show you which way to go. So, and if you're not aware of that yet, there's a great book. I think it's over here. Yeah, here it is. We've got Discovering Your Dharma. It's a great book here by Sahara Rose, and I'm in the middle of reading it myself. But it's great because it allows you to kind of discover what your dharma is, like your life purpose, and it has some great questions that guides you, and it even tells you like it breaks it down, and it's a small little kind of quiz that asks you things. And it's like, are you a teacher, a nurturer, a visionary, an entrepreneur, an artist, a researcher, an entertainer, an activist, or a warrior? And it's a great book to have to look at if that resonates. But you might already know, going, no, I know what my dream is, but I just felt I couldn't go that direction. But you can, nothing can stop you. You'll start destroying all all the obstacles that stand between you and your dream. So, with all that, I don't feel like you're gonna want to go with that company. It's like it's a good company, but it's like there's something more, a unique way to share the love in your heart with the world in your own unique way. And I feel like that's what spirit is nudging you toward. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings, Vidi, and thank you again for your donation. Right. And then Supernova, thank you for your additional donation here. All right. So that was that one. Third question. There it is. So messages from Kurt Spirit. And then your fourth question, we'll go to that one next. All right. So let's take a look here. I feel like they want to speak through Oracle for you. They always like that. They always like to speak through Oracle. And they're drawing me to the Healing Spirits Oracle. So let's take a look here and see what they have there. You're very welcome, VD. All right. Okay, so this is your card. And you've got I love it. You came to serve. Wow. So yeah, you have this card number 23, this a servant's heart. And it makes total sense here, one of these days we'll do a past life reading, I'm sure, because we talked about how in so many of your past lives you were a muse, or you had music where you inspired people to create, or you were the creator, and you always came to help people. Like the music that you shared was from your heart, like you were in this lifetime, but it's designed, and the root of it is, um like you enjoy it, but a big piece of why you want to do everything you do is because you have this deep desire to impact the world, to impact people, to help move society and community and the collective forward. And I love this, all this purple crown chakra, and then the pink high heart, energy, high heart chakra. It says, in your life, you've come through dark times and have experienced enough to be able to choose whether to offer your gift to others. In your heart, you know that everything you have overcome has been a part of the journey that has brought you to this very moment. Your spirit guides have watched over you, and they're telling you that you are now ready to use your gifts and share them with the world. For everything you have come through has taught you grace and wisdom that you must share. Remember, the one who serves others is served by the highest spirit of all. I love that, there for you. Yeah, you definitely can hear the music that you've made from your past lives. Think, was there a meme? I don't know if it was, if I shared it with you. I think I did it like months and months and months ago. No, I don't think it was you. Um, because there was someone, um, that, they had me do a past life reading for them because they literally thought they were someone like a famous, musician from back in the past, and it was crazy. I won't go into a ton of detail about it, but the biggest thing was, like, the morning that I was gonna do the reading, I actually, had a meme pop up on my, Instagram that was like, with past lives, I wonder how many artists have seen the paintings they painted in a past life, hear the music that they created from a past life, and etc. And it's beautiful because, you know, we're like, wow, who knows, right? And we will know because it'll feel so familiar. It'll trigger things within us when we hear it, whether it is, a little diddly from back in the day. Yeah, right? So that definitely is confirmation there that it is. And I like this. This is a message from Kurt's spirit saying you are here to share a gift. And even though you've come here to learn and grow and experience and all this, but a big piece of why you came here is to serve humanity and to help impact and help move us forward in transforming our love energy from a lower vibration to a higher vibration. And it's through the experiences you've had in this lifetime, past lifetimes too. I mean, there's so much I see with, because of you know um your ethereal um you know theme, that you could even have songs about past lives, and like, there's an album of my past lives. Here was when I was a queen, here is when I was this is a song about when I was this, and so there's like this. I just love the creativity that you're opening up to. Yeah, and he confirms it here with these two cards. You got the moon. So sharing emotion, Mother Luna, sharing emotion, helping people find emotional stability, realizing the emotions we feel of the outside world, the greatest. It's like Whitney Houston, right? Which was written by Dolly Parton, right? The greatest love of all, the Ace of Cups. So I like that message from him. Beautiful, beautiful. He is so supportive of you. I like it. Alrighty, and then let me give your fourth donation some love here too. Thank you for your multiple donations, and really appreciate those. So, are you having a spiritual awakening? Is that why you're so tired? Or it's the change of seasons coming? He's so kind. He is. Let's take a look here and see. I mean, obviously, you are having a spiritual awakening, but let's take a look here and get clarity around the tiredness. Because there's no doubt that you are going through a lot of upgrades and different things that are, coming into your life here too. Yeah, because you've got the Emperor here, which is Aries energy, new beginnings, Ace of Cups. Here's that Ace of Cups. You are making decisions, and I feel like you're tired because you're doing a lot of mental thinking, a lot of emotional um, processing, and that does take energy. When we're going through upgrades too, it does have our energy. Um and um and let's take a look here. Yeah, they're like, continue with the cards here. High priestess, spiritual, five of wands, um change and transformation of energy. So this is confirming what we were just talking about here. You do have this upgrade that's happening here, as well. So you're definitely having this you're making choices, you're making decisions, you're letting things go. It's like you're overhauling and decluttering your life in so many different ways, emotionally, mentally, physically, energetically, and I like this here. Yeah. And here you go. Yeah, you've got the Tower card, you got the Ace of Swords, and you've got the Page of Pentacles. So, yeah, definitely things happening and unfolding here. The Tower card as things being removed. Here's the decluttering I was just talking about, the decluttering of things of the mind and the physical world. But this brings in, when you clear your mind, you make room for new thoughts, new beliefs, new ideas, creativity. And the Page of Pentacles, when you're clearing out things out of your physical life, you're making space for movement and new opportunities to come in the physical world too. So you definitely have this. Um, like I said, that Tower card is the throwing things out, getting things gone, clearing out emotions that no longer serve you, relationships that no longer serve you, beliefs that no longer serve you, things that no longer serve you. It's like you're preparing for movement, like like you're gonna, you know, meet some cool people and move into I was gonna say a monastery, but that's not what I was meaning. Like you know, like a group house where they all live together, I don't really see you doing that. But that's the kind of energy they're giving me is like, yeah, you're like preparing for this whole new shift in your life that's coming up. So you're just getting things done here. Yeah. And some of that too, with sleeping that much is to hear, yeah, here's the bottom of the deck with the 7 of wands. This is about energy management, and um I feel if you'll get out and, start living your dream, because when we feel like we don't know what to do, and if we're afraid to step out and forward, it's like that little kid sitting next to their grandpa. I don't want to go play with those kids. I don't know who they are. It's scary out there and I don't want to fail. Can I just sit here with you, grandpa? And then they end up falling asleep leaning up against grandpa. And it's like, all right, let's go out. Let's go and pursue and go find somewhere to go listen to some live music. That's just your next step. Go find somewhere to listen to some live music, and then um, go talk to them on break or afterwards. That's your assignment. Boom. So there we go. There we go. All right. And I feel like that will inspire you. That will get you wanting to move and wanting to go. Because sometimes, if we're not living our dream, we'll go into like you know, not really depression, but depression. Just I just don't have a will to do anything. But once you step out and go, you're like hyper and you're like, oh my gosh, boom, 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 boom. So I like it. And then inspiration, creativity, 8 of wands comes in, that passion that comes in. So I like it. Crazy, crazy, crazy good. Yeah. So boom, boom, boom. And so do it now. Go look and see where live music is at. It's your assignment. Don't delay, do it now. Right now. Right now. Right now. I mean like right now. Google live music at in your town, and then you'll be like, okay, there we go. There it is. What pops up, what resonates, and make a plan to go there. Do it, do it. That's all right, That'll give you time to prepare. I don't mean like go out and listen to live music. I'm just saying find out where it's at and then make plans to go do it. You're like, who's playing at 6 a.m.? Well, there's Grandma Moses playing the organ at the, First Baptist Church. All right, do it. I'm kidding. All right. So many blessings to you, Supernova. Hey, Double Trouble. Good to see you, Trouble Woman, Trouble Woman. All right. I think that's it for my donations here. So I'm going to scroll, 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 scroll. And we'll start up at the top. And as I said, I'm going to be on for about 20 more minutes, and I'm going to get through as many free readings as I can. And if anyone wants to make a donation so that I get to your reading in this session, please feel free to still do that. I will, after this, go to my Praying Mantis member session where we're reading all about tapping into wealth. And we do some readings, and then I will eat, and then I will pop back on to complete the free readings. And I will be back this evening too at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time as well. So let's shuffle these. I'm going to be using the Star Seed Syrian Tarot. And what I'm going to do for the free readings is pull one card each, and we're just going to see what spirit comes through with that one card. And if you want me to dive deeper, of course, a donation, I'll dive deeper for those. But just to try to get messages to you and experiment. We're going to do this. So here we go. Dijona, general reading. What does Spirit want you to know? Ooh, you got the star card. Aquarian energy, beautiful balancing of things in your life, balancing of the chakras, but also this dream come true energy. And it's like, what is your true dream? And what do you want to do? You know, we have the when we're discovering what our dream come true is in this what is my life purpose and all that. I shared that this is a great book to read if you guys are looking for life purpose dharma. It's the Discover Your Dharma by Sahara Rose. And we can help discover that and fine tune it. But the balancing of the chakras is we can get so caught up in our mind and our fears and supposed tos and shoulds. But when we have all our chakras in balance and alignment, we're really in a quiet space where we can hear from spirit and from our higher selves to see what our high heart really wants. So I love this for you. There's a great amount of clarity and balance coming in regarding what is the dream come true when I'm done with this lifetime, what do I want to have left behind as my legacy? And I feel like that's what spirit is having you look at right now. So that's what they have for you, Dijona, right now. So many blessings to you. What is the dream? What is the dream? It's like a journaling type of day for you here. All right. So that is what they have. And then Dia Baby 777. If you haven't, I'm not sure if I saw your reply. Um, Be sure to check out the link for here. I'll put it out again here too. And for anyone else, I put out the winners late last night for the November drawing. And you're actually one of the winners, Die Baby. So be sure to check out that video to see how you can claim your prize. All right. But you'd like a general reading right now. So let's see what Spirit has for you right here. Here you go. Ace of Wands, new passion, new drive, new ambition, new spark of life that's coming in here. I don't necessarily feel like it's passion towards an individual. I feel like this is a passion for life, a new way of looking at things. It's like there's this fine tuning of where are you investing your energy? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do? And I just feel like this is a nudge from spirit. If you're wondering, well, should I do this or not? This is a yes. It's about movement, movement, fire under your butt. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So whatever you've been kind of hee-hawing around about of, well, do I want to do this? Do I want to reach out and do this? Do I want to start this? It's like, yes, it's time. It's perfect timing for you to look into this, to look into the planning of it. We just went into the pre-shadow of the Mercury retrograde. So it's a planning period between now and like the end of January when we'll be out of the post shadow of the Mercury retrograde. So take December and January to look into, to discover, to make plans, not to necessarily step forward in implementing a lot of plans, but it's about research, it's about organization, it's about planning, like putting things on your calendar, for the end of January. Like, I think it's like January 22nd as we move into Aquarius energy, is when we're out of the post shadow. And so it's a great time for a new beginning to launch new things. But while you're waiting, it's like boaters, they don't launch and try to go out when the tide's coming in because you work a whole bunch trying to get out and it doesn't go well. Boats tip over and everything because it's such a strong tide coming in. So while tide's coming in, the fishermen repair their nets, scrape the barnacles off their boats. They do all the preparation for the next launch. And then when it comes, they're all ready. And this is what they're saying is prepare, and because it is time for you to step forward here, but this is a preparation time for you. So I like that for you, Die Baby. So many blessings to you. Yep, almost. We're in the pre-shadow of the Mercury retrograde, which so we're in the pre-shadow for a couple weeks which is when we start to feel the impacts of the Mercury retrograde. Like, it's funny. Yesterday morning, my coffee bot stopped working. A friend of mine, her teapot stopped working. My host had all this other mechanical stuff happen. This was like last week. We went into the pre-shadow. So communication can have issues with technology and different things, but we use this time. There's very positive things with the Mercury retrograde too, which is revisiting old projects, editing, planning, plotting, all that kind of stuff that we do during the downtime. So Mercury retrograde gets a bad rap, but it's like we have downtime for a reason. And I think next year we only have 3 Mercury retrogrades. Sometimes we'll have 4 in a year. Like this year we had 4. Next year is only 3. So we have a great opportunity for releasing a lot of new stuff next year too. So I like it. All right. So Anya Ahuya always say, will you become a director for the BCEC next semester? Wow. So you got the Queen of Swords, which is a balance of mind and heart. This is a position. So I do feel like you will get into this higher place of administration, right? And I like this because there's the heart and the mind that's here. This is new opportunities, new ideas coming in. So definitely this is leaning towards a yes for you, Anya, because you are you're able to really communicate well with the Queen of Swords. You know, they're great communicators, but they're also able, uh, with the balance of the heart, there's this wonderful nurturing ability, right? Because sometimes you can have directors who turn into dictators, but I feel like where they're wanting someone who's also nurturing, they want this combination of things coming together. So I do feel like this is a very high probability that you do that's coming through with this. So I like that for you, Anya. So I'm feeling like a yes for you on that one. So many blessings to you. Let me see here. Yeah, there's too many to count, Needy. You're pretty far down there still. I'm only going to be on for about 13 more minutes, so I'm probably not going to get down to you in this session, but I will be back. For those of you that I don't get to, I'll be back here after I have my praying mantis session, after I eat, and and then I'll be back on in a few hours to complete out the free readings from this morning, and then of course, like I said, I'll be back this evening too. All right. So goddess, angelic vibes, 1111. Anything you need to know. So what does spirit want you to know? 2 of Pentacles. And look at this. If you can see, there's this. Yeah, you can see it kind of here. The yin yang behind here too, which I really like. There is this balancing energy that's coming in here in this. It just feels like a wonderful allowing the tides, allowing these 2 things to coexist. Normally, I don't get that with this card, so this is unique for you. It's like there's these 2 things unfolding in your life, 2 opportunities, 2 people, 2 somethings in the outside world that you're like, it's okay to allow this ebb and this flow, this ebb and the flow, allow both to coexist because the yin yang, oh, which I have right here, you know, has, both the sorry, has the both the shadow and, they exist in each other here. So, they can coexist because there's connection between these 2 things, and it's okay to allow these 2 different parts of your life to coexist and to have it happen right now. There's this wonderful flow between these 2 things in the outside world, and it can balance. And I feel like they're saying to don't try to control it because that's where the frustration and everything, it's just like trying to control the tides of the ocean. Good luck. It's like just understand the flow of things coming in and the flow of things going out, and the flow of things coming in, the flow of things coming out. It's the cycle of the infinity symbol. And so that's good. It is this um energy of balance, and it's important for you to just allow these things to coexist together. And I like that. Hopefully you know what that means. But very interesting message. I haven't heard that before. So that is what they have there for you. So many blessings to you. And then Aditi, you wanted a general reading, and you got the Three of Chalices, the Three of Cups. This does talk about one, your higher self. You can see all the angelic beings back here. This is about them making sure you're aware that you can ask them anything. They're always around you 24/7. They're standing behind you, supporting you, and they'll like do the little to let us know that they're there by bringing in repeating numbers, synchronicities, things that get our attention. And it's like, we're here, ask us. We want to help you, we want to bring you answers, we want to commune with you, talk to us, listen to us, we have messages for you. And so I like that. It also rolls out into your physical world, in that there are, your tribe is coming your way. You're getting to know individuals that are a lot like you, but different enough where it's exciting. You learn from one another, but it's like peas in a pod. I love that you're attracting and drawing these people. If you don't already have like two bestie friends who you don't even have to sometimes talk around each other because you just know what you're thinking. Someone walks by and you all look and you look at each other, don't have to say a word. You've already, it reminded you of a movie or something like that, and you all, bust out a movie line. It's all the same, and you guys laugh. It's that kind of cohesive little group that's coming your way here. If you don't already have it, just know that it is headed your way too. But be sure to commune with your spirit guides. They do want to talk to you, and they do want, to um, share some information with you. So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Felicia, hello, hello. And thank you so much for mentioning about the thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for all of the thumbs up that you've given the video. I do appreciate that. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you so much for doing that. You're part of the Love Tsunami. So appreciate that. And thank you, Felicia, for mentioning that. And you want to know, will you get a new job in an entire new industry or in the same industry as your current job here? Well, you have the Lover's card, which is the power of emotional choice. And, right now, this is all about choice, 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 choice. And that they're showing you can have either one. And that it's not a destiny thing. The job that you're looking for, like, you could have a new job in an entire new industry or in the same industry as your current one. But I love how they are nudging you to follow your heart, though, because every moment is a choice between fear or unconditional love. And sometimes we will stay stuck in, you know, doing what we think we're supposed to do and should do and need to do and have to do. And we'll stay stuck in like the old industry, doing the old job because it's what we know. But if there's this dream that we want to live, which they're always nudging you to live your dream, live your heart. What does your heart want to do? They're like, choose that, because if it's a new job and in a new industry or the same industry and it's not living your dream, it's going to be the same result existing. But when you're choosing what you love to do, then you're not going to have the fear. You're going to have the excitement of stepping out and wanting to do this and wanting to head into there. So that is what they have for you, Felicia. So many blessings to you. And then love you, Zendagi, Pinky Pinky. Um, if you have not looked at the winner video that I just posted at the beginning of this video and then just a few moments ago, you are one of the winners. So be sure to check that out to see how you can claim your prize. And you wanted to know December month for you. Wow, transition. So you do have this death and this rebirth, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So you do have some significant endings and beginnings that are coming in for you in December, but it's transformative and it's for you. It's not like things happening to you. Life always happens for us. Things are removed out of our life, situations change, new things come in to take us to the next level, to take us. We're never downgraded from first class to coach. It's always an upgrade. We're always being moved up and up and up and up till we reach the front of the plane and we're the first to embark and, to head off. So I like that for you. So it feels like very transformative and endings and beginnings, a month of endings and beginnings. But like, I feel like there's at least one huge significant one and a bunch of little small ones that support the big change. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they want you to know for December there, Pinky. I like it. All right. Let's see where are we at here. All right. And we're to Grace 1111. Who is coming towards you? Well, you got the Master of Crystals, the King of Pentacles. So, someone very earth energy that's coming in here. Someone who's very confident in who they are. They've experienced a lot in this life. They understand, they got a lot of street smarts, a lot of wisdom that was gleaned. And I feel like they had to grow up fast when they were younger. And so they've really have a great solid foundation of who they are in the world, and they're not so one of the big things the King of Pentacles, the Master of Crystals, learns as they go through life is that the outside world, when you define yourself by it, you feel unstable. And they found a great groundedness and centeredness in who they are, inward and upward. And so they're not swayed so much by the outside world. Very strong individual, very deep roots. And I like them for you. They also have a great mind because all the kings are given a second portion of air. So they're good communicators, very grounded individual, and very down to earth. I like the energy of the King of Pentacles because just someone who knows a lot about the world and how things work, and they don't freak out about things that happen. They're the person everyone goes to when things aren't going well, and they can figure out things. It's like MacGyver. Here, let's try this. They can, you know, they have a great mind about how to fix things and how to transform things too. So I like it for you. And this is the individual who's coming towards you. A very solid foundation. Don't feel like there's a huge amount of sparks at first, because they're someone who's very grounded. They don't just leap into, oh my gosh, I'm in love. They want to get to know someone. And so if you have that kind of person come in and you're like, I really like them, invest the time and energy because that's what it takes to go into that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Grace 1111. And then Cutie, you got the Adept of Crystals. So the Page of Pentacles, you have these new opportunities that are coming up here regarding love for you since you were wanting a love reading. And this could be someone who's a little younger than you, with the Adept is the young, the youth kind of feeling. Um, again with this earth energy, but the um the adepts, the pages, they actually have a second portion of earth. So I really definitely feel like this would be an earth sign that is coming your way for love. Someone who's very grounded. So you're looking at what, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, very much in there. And so I feel like there is this, it's someone new though, because it's a new opportunity. Might be someone you've known before, because the pages, it's not the ace, it's the page, which is kind of like a revisiting, which is good because during a retrograde, Mercury retrograde, you don't normally want to start a brand new relationship with someone that you haven't known before. And so I like that at least you are acquainted with this individual, but I feel like this is you haven't seen them in a while, but you're coming across each other's paths, and they see how you have changed, and you see how they have changed. And now where before they might have been like hell no, I'm not going to go out with this person. This is more of a huh, interesting. They're intriguing now. So I like it for you. All right, cutie, that is what they have for you. Right, everybody, I'm going to take some screenshots here. So we are leaving off with Links Lee. You will be first up. Let me just extend this out here so I can grab more picture here. And I'm just going to copy the chat. And so when I come back this afternoon, I'll go back down in order for the free readings on how they how in order of the chat. I can try to do two things at once. We'll see how well I do here. But if you are wanting more information or more messages while you're waiting, be sure to check out my main page. I have a ton of pick a card readings around love and abundance and career and life purpose and all sorts of wonderful pick a cards. So you can hear messages from spirit there. And like I said, I will be back also this evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for my evening session, and then tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. as well. And I think this will be here. Get this last one here. All right. So I've captured all of those. And then again, if you haven't checked out the winners for the monthly drawing or see how you can get into a drawing to win a 30-minute past life reading, be sure to check out that video. It tells you how. And I did post yesterday. Here's a link to my past life announcement. I'm going to begin offering past life readings, and they're half off between now and the end of the year. And get a half-hour reading for $10 and an hour reading for $25. These are pre-recorded where I pull the cards and do all that recorded, and then I upload it to YouTube, send you a private link. So if you're interested, check those out. All right, everybody, as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, always remember you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I chat with you guys again, much love to you. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world, and take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.